Hello and welcome to my 5th episode of my Minecraft Let's Play series. In the last episode, we built a perfect barn, we built some lovely gardens, and we made some massive fields. Now in today's episode, I'm hoping to start expanding the farm over this side, and build maybe a farmhouse and some more fields. Obviously, as you can see, we've got a bit of an obstruction in the case of, we've got a bit of a hill still, and we've got lots of trees. That's exactly why we're here, we're going to work on that today. Off camera, I've continued to work on the river, all the way down there, and vice versa on this side via the trees. I've also, utilising our wool from the sheep farm, I've planned out where I'd like to put a river, separate the farmland to the medieval town. So I think before we can even start building, we need to start clearing some of this space out. So I'm definitely first going to chop down all of these trees, and then I can start to surface out this grass, and then we can start planning. So let's get straight into chopping. There we go, so we've cleared all the trees, and we've got plenty of space to work with. Now there's a big ravine, which I'm thinking, as for today, I'm just going to work up to this, and then in the next episode, we can do everything on the other side of the ravine. And then we need to start clearing this space out, really. Well, I say clear it out, I just need to integrate it into this area a little better, because right now it's just cut off. So I'm going to work from this layer, and I'm going to start carving it up until I get the shape that I want. So we're starting to curve the hill round. We just need to continue going. So we're practically, we're getting there. There we go. So we've curved it the whole way round, and now I just need to level it off. So we're just going to keep on mining. The good thing is we're going to have plenty of grass after this. My durability is noticeably getting a bit lower. Tell you what, a beacon would be lovely, but I've been reading the comments of the last video, and everybody wants to see a windmill, so I think across the next 2 episodes, we're going to have to build a windmill. But first, I'm thinking today I'd like to build a farmhouse. And maybe we could get some farmers which could live in it. When I went to get my beehives, I saw a village up at the top of a canyon up there somewhere. So I'm thinking I could just drop down and go down the river. Oh, what's going on with the river? Just drop down, sail them on a boat, and bring them straight home forever. So we're getting there. We started to clear this side out. Now we just need to continue all the way along this way. And then that's the first bit done. So let's go and get all this dug out. There we go. So we've tidied all this up now. And we've made a double chest for all the grass, because inevitably there's a lot. That'll do us for now though. So that's the first layer done. Yeah, perfect. So I'm thinking the house could be around there. We now want to curve the next layer off, probably coming around this side, and maybe one more just before the ravine. I think what we're going to do, we're just going to blaze this whole area. So we're going to go slap another diamond on our shovel. 1 diamond, the anvil. There we go. So let's get terraforming. And we've started with something like this to this. Much better. So we've got plenty more space to work with now. It's looking much more suitable for farmland. We've worked just up to this ravine, and then we're going to work over here and just blend this into the forest, and then we know exactly how much space we have to work with in today's episode. We're going to end our farmland by just blending it into a forest. So I've planted a couple of saplings, and then we'll just blend it via custom trees. So I'm just going to bring all of this down to the level where I am currently. And boom! We've got a nice area now for our farmland. And we've run out of space. I'm going to chuck it on the floor at this rate because we don't even need it. That's how rich we are. Right, we're just going to go grab some wool so we can start planning some things out. Right, colours wise, I'm going to get some orange wool for the path. I'm going to get some light grey wool to plan the fields. And then I'm going to get some magenta wool for the building. Okay, so I'm thinking with this wool for the path, I'm going to bring it along right down the side of the ravine. Up to about there, because I'm thinking I'll curve it off up there. And then we just need to make it a bit wider. So something along this probably width is good. Similar size to the road we've currently got, I'm thinking. And I'm thinking for the house, just a simple farmhouse structure, something like maybe this size. Maybe a bit of a workshop space up, just coming along this side. I've just realised though, I've done this in the wrong colour. And I don't want to get mixed up, so I'm just going to switch all this to magenta. Now we're talking. So now, with our grey, we want to use the rest of this space. We're just going to put them as fields. To be fair, it's not that much bigger than our wheat field, so I think we might be okay. Here we'll have another one. And I'd like to do a pumpkin patch somewhere. I think that could be a really cool feature. And then we've got a little bit of space here, which maybe this is where the pumpkin patch can go. There we go. So I think we've got a nice little plan. And then like last time, we can run the side of the river along with custom trees. Put plenty here to integrate it into the forest. Continue this nice path design along this side. Same field design, different crops. I think the mission is now we're going to build our path. Now, we've obviously got our mossy cobblestone and our coarse dirt. However, like normal, this is the issue. The dried mud. And we do have quite a bit in here, but definitely not enough. I think the plan is we're going to sleep and then we're going to go and get lots more mud. We've got our wheat, obviously, from our massive wheat farm, which we can actually utilise now. And then we can just create enough dried mud to hopefully last us the whole path. Right. Let's go to the mangrove. So I think the plan is now, we just need to get loads of this mud and we're just going to mine. So let's go. There we go. We've got a full inventory full, and our shovel has just managed to survive. So we're going to head back, and we'll repair our shovel, and then we'll get loads of wheat. So we're back. So let's dump all of this in a chest. Just make a chest here and put all of that in. So we need the equivalent of that, but wheat. So let's go get some wheat.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Alright, so we've got lots of wheat, and we're just going to quickly replant the seeds, and we're almost there. Perfect. So the plan is now we're going to convert this all into some packed mud. Let's just say I don't think we're going to need more packed mud for a while. So now I'm thinking we're going to actually build the path. I'm just going to try and stick to the guidelines of the wall, I think, actually. So with my shovel and my packed mud, if I just kind of trace where I've built this wall, and I'll go along and place all my packed mud, and then I'm going to do the exact same on this side, and we'll keep on bringing it along up here like we've done with the other side. So now we've done the other side, we can remove the wool and we can fill it back in with packed mud. Okay, now, so the next plan is we need to fill it all in, but this poor shovel's on the verge of death, so I think it's time we treat it. It's not very economic, but it's done as well as this shovel. Right, it's had some love to it. Now let's put it back to work. So we're just going to keep on replacing all the grass with packed mud, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, there we go. So this path's looking awesome now. I've got a couple of jungle logs, and we're going to slap the slabs on there, just for a nice blend. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go and finish that little bit of path, probably in coarse dirt, in addition to adding the coarse dirt around the side and our mossy cobble. And I'm also just going to grab my coarse dirt now, and my mossy cobble. So let's take our slabs, and just line them up along here. Perfect. In coarse dirt and mossy cobblestone all the way along, just so it smoothens it out and makes it look a bit nicer. There we go, so that's one side done, and we just need to repeat it on this side, and then over there. Right, we've finished our path, we've integrated it nicely in, we've curved it off, which means now it's time for either the farmhouse or the fields. And I'm thinking for the farmhouse, we're going to keep it a very similar style to this. So the same block palette, oak roof with a bit of weathering, some spruce logs, a bit of smooth sandstone, and you get the gist. Let's sleep in our trusty red bed, and let's get prepared. And now we're after some materials, so I don't know where we've left all our materials from the barn, but we're just going to go scrounging through our chests, which, again, we still need to reorganise. Right, so we should have enough smooth sandstone. I think we need a bit more spruce, and definitely some more oak. Right, let's go get some wood, and then we can jump into building. Right, let's hit it. Right, we've mined all our trees. To be fair, we should have enough with all these resources. As like we planned out, it's not actually going to be a massive farmhouse. I think it might be time we cue the time lapse. There we go. I'd say this is looking pretty nice. So we've got a nice traditional farmhouse. We've got a little workstation out on this side. And as you can see, I have left a little hole in the roof because I'm thinking I'd like to do a little chimney. So let's get working on this chimney. First of all though, I'm going to need a bit more brick. So where can I find some more clay? Now without going down too much, I found a bit in this hill. And I'll be able to use some granite as well in case I run out of brick, because they work quite well with each other. So I'm just going to convert all of this into actual clay real quick. So we'll just get all this chucked out in between here. And we're just going to wait for all that clay to smelt. Right, they're all done. And we've got plenty of bricks. So let's just see how much we can make with that. 35 blocks. I mean, that should do us. And I've just grabbed a bit of granite as well in case I run out. So I'm just going to make a few little pieces. Now, I've got acacia because it really works well when it comes to blending in with brick. So I think I'm going to start off with my granite. Then we'll work our way up with the brick. And then I'm going to build this up 4 high with a couple of walls on this side and a couple on this side. More of them, really. The leads always come in handy. Right, I've got 2 campfires. So I'm now just going to place them on the top, like so. And there we go. We've finished our farmhouse. Okay, so the plan is now, we've done the exterior. I'm going to work on a bit of interior. We're then going to get some villagers in. We'll then complete all the fields. And then again, like last time, we'll finish with some trees. So I think for the floor, we're just going to do some spruce. First things first, we're going to replace all of this with spruce. Much better. So what I'm thinking is, we could have a few villager slots here. Space for 4. I think we're going to leave it nice and open. And we'll have a big carpet in the middle, maybe just some bookshelves, just some decoration. And in an effort to just plan out where they're going to go, I've built a few little slots. So I'm going to make 2 boats now, and we're going to head up to the village up there. There we go, we can see it in the distance. Just build the world's worst bridge up. And there we go, we made it. Oh, I don't know what's going on in here, but there's 3 of them. Oh, someone's had a hard time. And I'm going to take this bell because I'd like to put it in the barn. Oh, there's 2. Right, who's going to be our first? One of these, I'm thinking. Right, well, say goodbye to your friends and prepare for the nice ride home. So somehow we need to safely drop off this cliff, which I've not quite thought about just yet. I think we can make that. Ooh, it's blind. And we've done it. Simple as that. So we'll take my new friend back. There we go. Just going to leave you there for a minute. I'm going to go back for your friend. Right, we've got number 2. Ooh. Right, there we go. So now we just need to figure out how to get them from there to there. And what easier way than to lure them with food. I'm just going to make a couple of composters quickly so they know what their new job is forever. So let's see. If I just mine that boat and then place some bread. Look at him. Oh, he's after it. He likes it, doesn't he? He's right in there. He's eager. See, that's something I look for in my employees. He's just ran straight in. Forever. If only you'd take notes, mate. Yeah, keep coming. Keep coming. Are you going to be eager? Or are you going to be an idiot? Right, we're going to do this the hard way. Put you in a boat, and we're going to forcefully move you in. There we go. 2 humble villagers. So now if I just chuck them loads of bread, theoretically they should make a nice baby. Oh my gosh! They're in labour. Oh! We have life! Oh, congratulations, you and your loved ones. So if I just chuck bread in there, someone's going to follow it surely. You know you want to, mate. Oi! Not you. Are you not? Oh, hate babies. I tell you what, I think if I got a minecart, this would have been a lot easier, but go on, go on, go on. Mate, really? Right, so that's 1 down. Time for the other 3. Right, as you can see, we've got all of the villagers into their little slots. And whilst we're waiting for them to grow up, we've just done a little simple interior, as we can see. A nice open space and a bit of a work desk with a bit of storage. Now the next job is to work on all these fields. So what I'm thinking is a pumpkin patch, a massive beetroot one, a medium-sized potato one, and another small carrot one. But first, like last time, we need to do the cobblestone walls surrounding them. Right, I think it's wall time. We do have quite a few materials, to be fair, from last time. I think the plan is we're just going to take it field by field just to mix it up a bit. So we'll start off with this field, but now I think it's time we get started on this first field then. Right, we've got everything we need, so we're just following the exact same techniques as last time, and the rest is history. There we go. We finished our potato field. So this is one of our fields done. So you've watched me build one of the farms. It's now time to go and build the other carrot farm and the beetroot farm. And then we'll come back together and we'll build this pumpkin patch. And then we can add shrubbery and some greenery and some decoration along the paths for some liveliness. And then we can finish it all by doing the trees. But I think overall this is going to look really good when this place is finished. So now the plan is to go and do the beetroot field and the mini carrot field. So let's go sort that. There we go. So we've got an awesome beetroot farm coming along here. Then we've got our brand new potato farm, which we built on time-lapse. And then following that through to our new carrot farm. And as we follow the path around, you can see I've started to prep where I want to build a pumpkin patch. Now I'm just going to make the farmland, so I'll put my water sources in and I'll cover them up. Right, and now here I'm thinking a big pumpkin which I can cover an entrance to maybe an underground farm. Like so. And then what we can do, I think we could cover it up with some banners so it blends in a bit more. Right, I'm just going to quickly bone meal some of these pumpkin things just to get the process moving a bit faster. Right, there we go. We're really starting to get somewhere. So I'll put a couple of slabs and a couple of walls to show kind of different like stages of growing. And I've bone mealed all of the seeds. Right, I've had an idea. I don't know whether it's going to work, but I think it could be a bit of a laugh. So we're going to try and make a face for the big pumpkin. I'm trying to make the eyes here, so bear that in mind. Alright, so 2 eyes. That's awesome. I love that. Just chuck a lantern here and there. Just on the cobblestone wall itself. Perfect. Right, I'm happy with this pumpkin patch. Alright, I had a last minute change of heart and I decided to change the wall to spruce because it's quite small and didn't really fit in to be in the field kind of size design. But I think it looks good and I think it looks really nice and seasonal. Very spooky themed. And I'm loving the little goofy pumpkin. We're now going to go build a functional pumpkin mine under the bottom. As you can see, we've got plenty of resources. So the plan is we're just going to go down, and I'm thinking, before I begin my time lapse, we're just going to plan out how big I want this to be. So I'm thinking, we'll leave a 3 gap. There we go. So I'm thinking something like this. We've got 4 rows, and we'll do each bit 32, so that this, I can get a stack from this. 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, and you get the point. I'm thinking it's time we cue the time lapse. There we go, so we've finished our functional pumpkin farm, and we've got 4 rows, each of 32. Now this will be very useful for trading with the villagers, which we can annoyingly hear a bit too well. But now that we've finished that, whilst they grow, I think it's time we get finalising this area of the farm. I'm thinking just like something like this, we'll just get some leaves, some tall grass, some little grass, and we'll just blend it in, and then got a lot of trees to do, which is going to be a nightmare. So if I just grab all the grass I've got left, and my azalea leaves, and then I guess we just start right here. It's just a matter of just putting them everywhere until it looks green. So we're going to keep working our way around, just adding bits of variety here and there. There we go, so we're getting there. Right, there we go, so we've absolutely cluttered the area up now, so it looks nice and overgrown. Now the plan is, I'm just going to build a few little bits and bats. I'm thinking like a little horse carriage here. Just a couple of pots, a couple of benches, just bits and bats, just to clutter up this road. So let's go and do that. We'll do a bench first. Nice simple one. A couple of pots and pans. There we go. And I've just built a couple more carts. So I've got a pumpkin one, a potato one, and a beetroot one. So the final stage of this now is to do some trees. And God, do I hate doing trees. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the exact same as over here. We're going to build a few different sizes of birch and oak trees. Just coming along the riverbed and blending into the forest over there. And I've been reading the comments, and a few people would like to see how I actually build a custom tree. So I'm going to build one with you guys, and then I'm going to do the rest. The matter is, can I find where I've got my tree resources? Right, we found some of our oak resources. That should do whilst I show you just how to build a tree. Now we're going to go for something that's similar to this tree. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build the trunk up. So I'm going to place it up 9. I'm going to blend it off with a spruce stair at the top. And now that we've got our base trunk, we want to build some branches. So there are many ways you could do branches. However, I like to use slabs and stairs to just stick out of the main trunk a little bit. And you can do as many or as little as you'd like. And I like to go fairly high up with mine, just because it's more realistic. There we go, so we've got a basic trunk now, which we're just going to reinforce down at the bottom here. And it's just a matter of simply placing a couple bits here and there, just so it looks like it stands into the hill better. There we go. And now that we've got our full shape, it's time to get the leaves out. So we're not going to place them in any strict order. We're just going to try and place like cube shapes. We want to keep to the Minecraft kind of vibe without falling down the tiny ravine. I always find it easier to build with some scaffolding blocks, but for some reason I've decided not to bring any. So we're just going to keep surrounding it, and I'm aware there's a birch tree in our way. And we want to try and keep our leaves to where we place those branches. And we're just working our way all the way up until you get to the top, in which I like to do no more than 1 block above the trunk shape we built earlier. And if you keep adding leaves until you see fit, you'll get a nice tree which looks something like this. I'd say that's not a bad attempt for a first try. So we've built one, so it's time we go around and do the rest. and I'll catch you on the flip side. Right. Now, would you just look at that? I'm really happy with how this has turned out. And they blend in really nicely into the back of that forest over there, which I planted. Which can kind of cut off where our workspace is. Now, I've got all these resources left. So I'm thinking, what if I built like a little willow tree like here? So I think we're going to go and do that right now. And there we go. We finished our willow tree. I think this looks really nice. Maybe in the future we'll add like a little tyre swing or something. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap the video up here. So let's just remind ourselves of what we've worked on today. So we first built this farmhouse with a lovely interior which has 4 villagers for trading eventually. We then started to build some farms, some carrot, potato and beetroot. We then built a little pumpkin patch with a massive pumpkin farm which generates us 4 stacks every time we mine it. We built lots more trees and a big willow tree in addition to extending our path ready for the final section of the farm in the next episode. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of today's build and let me know if you'd like to see more down below. But I think that's everything for now and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.